The Gamasutra Job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Chicago, Illinois. Phosphor Studios is seeking an experienced 2E artist to join our team. We are looking for people who are smart, self-motivated, and passionate about amazing games and interactive experiences. The 2E artist gathers requirements, designs and works with a variety of team members to realize high-quality user interfaces. This individual will play a key role in designing the UX experience, establishing cohesive style guides, and extending a title's look and feel across multiple platforms. Our main studio is located in Chicago, in the heart of Fulton Market, and close to many great shops and restaurants. We have a great benefits package, flexible work schedule, and all this in a very livable and cool city. Responsibilities: the ideal candidate, proficient with. It is a big plus if you. Phosphor Games is committed to achieving a diverse workforce through application of its equal opportunity and non-discrimination policy. People from all walks of life, irrespective of race, color, religion, sex, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, ancestry, age, marital status, and disability are encouraged to apply. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Krish Kerr, at KERBLIMEY, is Gamasutra's resident, United Kingdom news reporter, and cake maker extraordinaire. December is here, which means it's time to wax lyrical about some of the best video games I have chomped on over the past 12 months. As has now become tradition, it's unfortunately also time for me to make the soul-crushing realization that I have still got an Everest-sized back catalog to conquer over Christmas. I have not forgotten about you, Tetris Effect, my sweet summer child. Out of those titles, did manage to make time for. There were some absolute belters. Bad North,
FIFA 19.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Mini Metro, and North all won me for different reasons, but in the end, did not do quite enough to make the cut. Nope. We are here to talk about the absolute greats. That's the cream de la cream. I know that I have written enough of an intro to appease the formatting gods. It's time we moved on to the main event. Here are the 5 best titles of 2018. According to yours truly, expectation can weigh you down. And it be fair to say the expectations swirling around Marvel's Spider-Man were absolutely massive. Years of impressive gameplay demos and trailers had made fans ravenous. But they also left developer Insomniac with the seemingly impossible task of delivering the goods, particularly on the puddle front. Turns out, we need not have worried. Insomniac did not just meet expectations, they absolutely obliterated them. And Spider-Man is now the benchmark for superhero titles. It captured the spirit of the franchise in every way imaginable, blending a captivating narrative full of surprises with relatable characters, moreish web-slinging, a bustling and rather photogenic version of New York, and expressive combat. Repetitive side quests and slight pacing issues were the only blemish on an otherwise superlative effort. And in all honesty, my only real complaint is that after 30 horsey Still wanted more. This is the second time No Man's Sky has made my end-of-year list, and that fact alone should be enough to tell you developer Hello Games has been putting in plenty of graft, toying over those players who were left underwhelmed. To put it politely, when the game touched down in 2016, Father a card, I actually enjoyed the experience No Man's Sky offered at launch, skimming through the stars and exploring unknown worlds, while 65 days of static, as electrifying star world around my eardrums was enough for me. That said, I have to admit the next update Hello Games rolled out this year took the game to new heights. The patch introduced a full-fledged multiplayer, refined base building, a third-person camera, character customization, freighter enhancements, a revamped crafting and resource system, notable graphical enhancements, and so much more. It was a staggering achievement that saw the Hello Games crew win back the hearts and minds of their more disgruntled players, while simultaneously rewarding those who they supported them over the past 2 years. An interactive story about love and life. Florence is a magnificent example of less is more game design. The moving noble effort does not actually offer players many ways to engage beyond completing minimalistic mini-games, instead inviting them to sit back and explore a series of vignettes depicting the ultimately doomed relationship between Florence and Krish. That simplicity, though, is Florence's greatest strength. It gives you the freedom to melt into the bittersweet story unfurling before you, all while developer mountains subtly steers your emotions by deftly manipulating sound, color, and the simplest of puzzles to perfectly replicate the awkwardness of dating, the comfort of companionship, and the all-consuming pain of heartbreak. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the video game equivalent of the greatest hits album. It's full of tracks you already know and love, just remastered and slapped on the same disc. For the first time ever, it's a refinement, not a revolution. But that does not make it any less of an achievement. In fact, while I like that analogy, it might be a little bit unfair on Nintendo. Ultimate is not the definitive version of Smash Bros. Just because it reunites every character in franchise history. Nintendo went above and beyond to ensure it will stand the test of time, rebuilding the game engine from scratch to make the most of the SWITCH's capabilities, cooking up a surprisingly meaty single-player campaign, and fine-tuning the roster, containing a whopping 70 firefighters, all while somehow finding the time to throw some brand new characters into the mix. I have not seen a bad word written about Ultimate since it landed at the start of December, and you can bet your bottom dollar you will not find one here. If it does indeed prove to the series director, Masahiro Sakurai, last Smash Bros. Game, then he's going out on the highest of highs. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just one of the best games of 2018. It's one of the best games of this console generation. Look, I know some of you will be rolling your eyes right now, and I am not for 1 second suggesting it's perfect. The opening is a mite sluggish. The gunplay could be a little tighter, and characters do not control as well as they should. Ultimately though, that's a small price to pay when you get to exist in one of the most absorbing digital worlds ever created. Even if you come for the story, which in itself is worth the price of admission, you will stay just to meander through Rockstar's sprawling rendition of the Wild West. During my playthrough, I spent the bulk of my time sidestepping the main missions to hunt, fish, forage, pilfer, gamble, help out strangers, and do just about everything I could to prolong my stay. I cannot pay the devs at Rockstar any higher praise than that. What they have created with Red Dead 2 is nothing short of a technical miracle. I just wish the people employing them would start leading by example, and more to eradicate rather than perpetuate crunch culture. There's no excuse for working your employees to the bone, and it's time people scratch the notion that long hours and project mismanagement are somehow part and parcel of the games industry. Greg Zesha and Ren Musica, two of the original co-founders of BioWare, have been named members of the Order of Canada.